All right, so this is my first time launching the Sandvik Coromant Machining Guide Beta. Let's check it out. All right, so we're gonna go to Create New. Drag and drop or browse. The model's loaded. Now you can click on the raw stock up there and you can either let it do the default configuration or you can customize it. At this point, it's my first time launching. I'm just gonna use whatever the default says. And then there's a Create button behind me. Now it's loading material and machine selection. Any machine you have saved already on your Sandvik profile is going to show up here. Now material, this is the entire Sandvik material database. It's going to have anything you want. You can search by regular industry names. Here is where you're going to select whether you're pulling from anything in the Coromant catalog, whether you have saved tool assemblies already rigged for your machine, or your own personal tool assemblies that could be on any of your machining centers. You'll see here it's identified all the different faces. As you click through, it's going to highlight the face. It's going to identify any of the holes. And you can see there, it highlights the holes as well. Now from this point, after you've kind of gone over to make sure it's pulled in all your features, you just go up here and click Generate Plan. Now this can take a beta time. I'll cut it out for video's sake. Hocus pocus. Whoosh. As you can see, the plan has finished generating. If you look across the top here, where my cursor is at, you've got total time, time per component, number of tools used, number of tool changes, and it's broken out. They've got plan 1, plan 2. It's only got 2 different plans and you can kind of review the steps here. It's going to go through each operation. You've got a comparison depending on the strategies. Now, depending on the part you upload, you may get multiple strategies and you can kind of go by the amount of setups and other components included. I'm going to choose the top one. And now it's going to load the whole plan. It's going to go through each tool recommended. At this point, I was informed that they are still working on condensing these tools. So you'll notice it has the same tool in multiple operations because it's tackling another part of the part. However, in the final version, it's going to combine all of that and make it expandable. Now you can see the angle this has got me at right now from the table. It's doing that to line up to that edge. Then you've got the second setup and then it's going to come. So if you look here, it's actually offsetting for the angle because the counterbores on this part are at a slightly different angle. And then now drilling, you can see here, it's kicked it over on a little bit different of a face and it's so that it can align up perfectly to each of these holes. At that point, the part would be complete. We're gonna download a copy. File name, beta test, download. Now the file has downloaded. We get the data files. And this is everything that it generated, all of the images and everything else. You can see that it pops up the information right here above my head. It gives you the insert they're planning to use as well as the tool body. Clicking on that tool body will give you further information, give you the diameter of the cutter and all of everything because it links directly to the Sandvik library. It opens that in a separate tab so it's quick to go back to your plan. This is a beta, as I've mentioned a couple times in this video. However, I am really impressed with the speed it's operating at. It gives you linear dimensions and breaks down everything required to machine your component. So at this point, it looks at it like it's a 3-axis milling center. They will be adding future adaptations for multi-axis. However, it would be very simple to hold this part and then take the tooling with the selected orientations. It won't be 5-axis optimized, but it'll get you there. It's more like a 3+2 at this stage of the software. If you're looking for a general machining time though, it's hard to beat the speed this generates at. Getting a solid file from your customer to quote, dropping it in here is going to give you the longer processing time, especially if you are fluent in your 5-axis. Dragging in your STP file, they will be adding further file compatibility as it goes on. However, having an STP file, dragging it in, waiting for it to pop out a number will give you a very close estimate to what your final machining time is going to be and identify all of the tools necessary. As I mentioned earlier in the video, if you've already set up your Sandvik tool library, it's very simple to tell it to only select from those tools and it will identify if you have any holes. In this, you can also custom and define other tools from other manufacturers, and I'll go over that in a later video. Thanks so much. I appreciate the time you invest in watching these videos. Until next time, keep your spindle turning and earning.